Hello Magic fans, I'm Beef and welcome back to another standard gameplay video. First of all, I hope you all had a very good Christmas or holiday season and New Year's if you celebrate those things. First video back after a couple of weeks off, spending time with family and going away for a few days. So looking to get back into the swing of things, especially with Lorwyn Eclipsed coming up in a few weeks. And I wasn't playing Magic when we went to Lorwyn the first time, I think 17 or so years ago. So excited to go to that playing for the first time. But anyway, today we are playing a +1/+1 counter deck. Now, a few sets ago, I can't remember exactly when, but I know Final Fantasy had it. They moved +1/+1 counters from mainly green-white to green-black. Not entirely sure why, or if it's a temporary thing. But this is a Golgari deck, whereas previous +1/+1 counters have been Selesnya deck. So what are we playing? So everything in the deck is obviously revolved around +1/+1 counters, and we will see a lot of cards we have seen before. But one of the new ones is Dai Li Agent, a 5-mana 3/4. When it earthbends, we earthbend 1, then earthbend 1 again. So we can earthbend onto 2 separate lands or onto the same land. And when this creature attacks, each opponent loses X life. When we gain X life, where X is the number of creatures we control with +1/+1 counters on them. So it's a bit like Arabella, but for +1/+1 counters instead of creatures with power 2 or less. Now, the downside of it is 5 mana. Obviously, in this standard is very, very fast, so that is quite slow, and obviously you need to wait till the next turn to attack. But obviously, if you can attack, it is very powerful, but don't be counting on it too often. And the other cards that we may not have seen too much is Hollowmurk Siege, back from Tarkir, a 2-mana enchantment, black and a green, and when it enters, we either choose Sultai or Abzan. Sultai is one we're probably looking at. Whenever a counter is put onto a creature we control, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. We could play Terra Symbiosis as well from Edge of Eternities, which does very, very similar things, but that draws you a card equal to the number of counters on it, but that is more expensive. This is great to get down early, and if we need to, we can choose the Abzan one. Whenever we attack, we put a +1/+1 counter on target attacking creature. It gains menace till the end of turn. Now, the rest of the cards we have seen before, especially Badgermole Cub and our Roboroid, they are green decks that you just play these cards in, and seeing as we are a +1/+1 counter deck, there is obviously Shoe Synergies, Badgermole Cub, Earthbending 1, and a Roboroid obviously putting counters on all creatures. Then we have 4 Cubs Edition Mascot, 1 mana 0/0. When it enters 0/0, when it enters, we put a +1/+1 counter on it. A great way to trigger Hollowmurk Surge on the cheap. Hollowmurk Siege, on the cheap. A bit of Triumph for removal. 2 Cubs of Bristly Bill for that landfall trigger, because we will be Earthbending a lot. If our opponent has target removal or something like a split up that doesn't kill Bristly Bill, we're going to get a huge amount of landfall triggers. Innkeeper's Talent for just huge amounts of value. 4 copies of Earthbender's Ascension, 3 mana enchantment. When it enters, we Earthbend 2. Then we search the library for a basic land card, put it on the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle. And it has landfall. When land we control enters, we put a quest counter, obviously enchantment. And then when we do, if it has 4 more quest counters on it, we put a +1/+1 counter on target creature we control, and it gains trample till end of turn. That's really good because we don't have a lot of evasion. 2 copies of Ornery Tumblewag, 3 mana 2/2. At the beginning of combat on our turn, we put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, and whenever this creature attacks while saddled, we can saddle it for 2. We double the number of +1/+1 counters on target creature, and then we have 1 copy of the Earth Crystal. Green spells we cast cost 1 less to cast, and everything in our deck apart from Bit of Triumph counts as green, and then it doubles the amount of +1/+1 counters that get put on a creature. Well, an additional +1/+1 counter, and we can pay 6, tap it to put 2 +1/+1 counters, distribute 2 counters among 1 or 2 creatures we control. Land, we have 23 lands. Because of our card draw and ramp, we don't need the full 24 because we do end up flooding out a bit. Obviously, not many swamps because we only have Bit of Triumph, Hollowmurk Siege, and Daily Agents that require black mana, but then Wastewood Surge and Multiversal Passage, and then 1 Barsing Say, which we can pay 3 tap to Earthbend 2 as another way to put counters on creatures to trigger Hollowmurk Siege or maybe Daily Agent. So surprisingly powerful deck. See, +1/+1 counters are, and this has a lot of individually powerful cards like, as I said, Badgermole Cub or Roboroid, Innkeeper's Talent. The reality is you could take Daily Agents out and it would be, well, even better because you probably put slightly better cards in. But, Arabella is so powerful, but one of the reasons she's so powerful is because she's 3 mana, whereas obviously Daily Agents is 5, which is a bit of. I kind of think if it was whenever you attack, each opponent loses X life and gain X life, I think that would be a bit better, but maybe a bit too overpowered. But yeah, that's a deck. Hope you enjoy it. I have some ideas about my channel, which I will be posting some news about shortly, but they'll come into effect basically when Lorwyn Eclipse launches in a few weeks, so look out for those. Hope you enjoy it. If you do, please remember to like and subscribe. I'd like to give a shout out to my patrons, Arcadius, Mihal, Thomas and Adrian. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you everyone else for their support, and I'll see you all in the gameplay. Our opponent goes first. We've gone do we have an okay hand? Well, let's give it a go. That's annoying. We can't get the mascot down turn 1 because of our tapped Barsing Says. But we can get down a siege on Sultai. And next turn we can District Mascot and Innkeeper's Talent. Draw a card. Oh, that's a good card. So let's Mascot. And then let's Innkeeper's Talent. Grow the Mascot. We found the land for Oroboroid. And we have 2 of them, so that's pretty good. What do they have? Only 1 creature with counters on at the moment. Full cost Overlord. Oh yeah, so that's the Bounty Hunters, not a Daily Agents. There's a Badgermole cub they've got. Well, let us Roboroid. On you. Lots of lands. Suppose we could have saddled it and attacked. Next turn we'll Roboroid and then level up the talent. Already worth leveling up the talent all the way. I'm surprised that our Roboroid survives. Now a full mill setup. There's their cub. They still have a lot of mana. 7 by my count. What are they using that mana on? Nothing, maybe? They're attacking with the Overlord. They're attacking with everything. Well, I will block with the mascot. And I'll try and kill that Ice-Tailed Explorer. but they obviously have something. What the hell? Okay. And we'll level you up. Well, there's another talent. I don't think I've ever seen Spectre of Mortality. They only have 4 things in their graveyard. I think next turn we play out Bayfongs, Bounty Hunters, and the second Innkeeper's talent. I have a Beastie. And I have a Brood Spinner. We might have to keep things back because we don't have anything with reach. I think actually we've got to get down. Oh, we should have. Oh, that's annoying. I balls that right up. We'll get a forest. We draw a card. I think they might have removal. Well, I've got to hold back. But that Spectre's going to be getting on my nerves. We don't have anything with reach or flying. And we can give something trample, but only when we play 3 more lands, which isn't. Could have been 2 more lands, but I played out a land before playing the Ascension. We need to find a bit of Triumph. And now they have flying. Well, essentially, we need to find a bit of Triumph now. That's not it. Yeah. Oh well. That was annoying. We go first. Pretty good hand. Turn 1 Mascot, turn 2 Incuba's Talent. And we have removal. And we have our Daily Agents. Up against Demir. We're hitting for 2. Does our Mascot go bye-bye? It does. Well, that's Earthbender's Ascension. We had a forest. Do they have another caustic exhale? They do. I'm going to get down a badger mole cub. And I'm going to level you up. And I will hold back because we may need to bid a triumph something. They have an iron crag. Oh, we will put a count on you. Let's get down Diley agents. And let's put a counter on the agents. Oh. We can't cast Bid of Triumph with just a Ba Sing Se anyway. If they have a land, they can cast a River Agent, but they won't be able to bounce anything because of Walled. Hopefully they don't have a that. At least we have a reasonably big Diley agents. Let's level you up. And our opponent scoops. Yes. Wiping the board when you have 3 Earth bent lands and a landfall trigger. Not necessarily the best. We go first. No land. No creatures. But I suppose we do have an Earthbender's Ascension, which creates a creature. Let's play you on green. It's got to be green. If we put it on black, then we couldn't play Ba Sing Se turn 2. Well, we couldn't say cast Hollow Muck Siege turn 2. Ooh, Badgermore Cub. That's the draw we want. They have a squire, so they might be cats. So let's Earth Bender Ascension. We'll get a forest. And then we'll play out a Ba Sing Se. And attack in. Next turn we can get out a siege and a talent. Yeah, I'm guessing they are cats. I get to draw a card. Well, let us siege. Get down you. We'll get down a talent. Let's get down another talent. And we'll level up one of our talents. Let's grow our Badgermole Cob. And we'll hold back. They shock that in. If they attack, it means they have claws out. collector's cage. Well, it means they are very unlikely to attack. Well, there is a bit of triumph. We can level you up, I think. And then play you out. Let's level you up. And yeah, let's go big on you. And let's just see as you have trample. They're down to 6. So what do they have? We're most likely taking out the Sky Knight Squire with 2 counters on it. Although if they have... Why? Oh. Well, that's annoying. I forgot Kutsil doesn't let you play spells on your opponent's turn. We will block you. Well, the thing is, our passage is going to be huge. I mean, we can discard one of our many lands. To go big. Up to 12. And we smash in for lethal. Ooh, we go first. No creatures, but Roboroid is that powerful. Let's put this on green. They are also on green. Well, let's get down a siege. And maybe next turn we get down... Yeah, so they're on Druseth. Well, let us get down another siege. And we can draw a couple of cards. Lots of lands. They shock that in. How wide are they going? Well, they don't have the Druseth by the looks of it. Wow. Full strength Quantum Riddler. I really don't need more lands. Let's draw a couple more. There's a Badgermole Cub. And there's an Earthbender Ascension. We need removal for the Quantum Riddler. You only have 2 green sources as well, which is kind of annoying, and there is removal. And I think Wingkeeper's talent. There was no stick. Here we've got to hold up. Bit of triumph. They have something. Okay. Let's hold back. Hold up. Bit of triumph. I don't think I've ever seen detect intrusion. We will take out you and we'll just pitch an ascension. They do get a draw 2. Do they have more random counter spells? And our opponent scoops. Probably because of a Roboroid. What can we do this turn? We could play out another Roboroid, but then we don't have any green mana left. We could Badger Mole Cub, draw 2, hopefully find another forest, and then still a Roboroid. That's probably the best thing we would have done. But yeah, it's a bit weird having 5 lands but only 2 green sources. We go first. Pretty good hand. No turn 1 play, but we only have a 1-drop. One drop. Well, 4 1-drops. In District Mascot. So we get on the verge. Turn 2, Wajamole Cub. And then I would like lands. There is a land. Let us Hollowmurk Siege. I did that really badly, didn't I? Water Earth Crystal instead. Oh, shrines. Right, let's Hollowmurk Siege. On Sultai. And then yeah, let's Earthbender's Ascension. That causes us to draw a card from the siege. And we'll hit him for 2 again. Summon Fenrir. Well, Bristly Bill, Lob, or Royd. You on black. There's another Badger Mole Cub. And our opponent scopes, because we are about to put 3 counters on everything. We can smash in with the forest and the Badger Mole Cub. And yeah, in shrines, they don't have a huge amount of removal. Although they are playing Fenrir, so maybe not a straight up shrines deck. We go first. Well, with some Badger Mole Cub, so that'll do for me. Not many green sources. What is our opponent up to? What is our opponent up to? There we go. Hon green, but we don't need to shock it in. Opponent. You are taking too long, Doug the Scrub. Dougie, Dougie, Dougie. Oh, good. It's going to be one of those. Only one of those games. There we go. Black, white. So we can Roboroid next turn, assuming our Badger Mole Cub survives. Otherwise, we can Badger Mole Cub again. Bats. Cats. Life gain. Ooh, Holomuk Siege. I am going to be greedy. Tell on that other swamp. And we'll swing in Fudos. They did chump. Which means they don't have a Sheltered by Ghosts. But we do have a Split Skin Doll. Another Badger Mole Cub, eh? Have to be very, very greedy. I mean, yeah. On to you. I'll go Forest. Do they block again? They do. Don't have... Oh, sorry, don't have to have Judgment. Wrath of God. Don't have Split Up either, please. But we do get a draw. Oh, Innkeeper's Talent. Suppose it doesn't matter. I think we can just get lethal here. So we go 2 onto that, so that's 6. So that'll go on to up to 12. That'll go up to 9. Yes, we have more than lethal.